Mame, and from anon to Thomas Tay Partey komo kakra. I think say I was say yen na yet say football and ye emotional game. The way you think as a supporter is totally different from the way managers and club owners think. Supporters are bent on looking at a net result. We a manager, we a club owner, you look at today and the future. Emotionally, many of you Arsenal are not being fair to Thomas Partey.
Yes.
But rationally, Arsenal are taking the right decision.
Samo.
Let me explain to you. You see, the arguments about Arsenal and fair, no, sometimes, first of all, look, until Gabriel Jesus ever Arsenal, not Thomas Partey, Arsenal highest paid player. When they bought him for 50 million euros, they took him from 85,000 pounds to 200,000 pounds. Okay. Say me no can say. Obia wenyi ewa Arsenal team numu buy Thomas Partey.
Partey age saying
32.
32.
Exactly. Trossard was 30, David Raya was 29, Mourinho was 29. Last year, they know when a goalkeeper nam ko fan free bomb of by Neto. We only free one na Jorginho. Say Neto ko Jorginho ko Thomas Partey and a senior man with team in. Arsenal want to build a young squad. Young country yen say age na wedi no. E niema mienu. So person to so bo at the highest level. Just what's in the salary. So
yes,
let's not make Arsenal a bad club.
That old team is Ikaswa. Now oti be half more adding.
Ken
say in front of some major 220, 250. Otamia, what do you remember 100?
Asamo no dear.
Sane no.
Kevin De Bruyne. We did 33 when Czech Robert 34. She said or 33 to more 32. Also De Bruyne said you see and Asako Krabi. Let's be fair. It's not as if say young Arsenal for any mercy. When he is the oldest player in the squad. It is a Thomas Partey so Jessica no original. And yeah, baby for ho.
Obi a cup ball now Obama last season. One of Arsenal's best players. Best player last season. Bar now Obo last season. Baby when he say and then a man ko say
Arsenal and Castle mo pamunu
omanye. But say oh yes search say open.
No, Ken.
See
these are emotional arguments. Me maybe me yebi Kevin De Bruyne okọ na me susa gu me yem say boa Kevin De Bruyne airborne no. It was better than some of the play, but the reality was that Charlie akwani se kana orge no. Omo ntimi sustain no. Any emotional arguments na no kasa sa no tie. Eye ni ma mienu. Obi a wedi 32 years ekobia no. Clubs do na no. Either you open at the highest level. What's your ketia so? So person wunye sika. Ye o baby a ye kwaji sika. Say Thomas Partey a free agent na. Ken, oko signing the ama club for floor. Obeji signing on for you. Let's not forget. Sebi, Jonathan David now one lil. As so ye free agent on the name club by club. Oji obi a proposal. Unim score so a signing on fee. 50 million euros. 50 million euros. Iti and they say Thomas Partey free. Now say on club by club or be the proposal baby a Tommy Beji signing on fee. 10 million, 50 million euros. Then Thomas Partey master John pension ho. Say ne Tommy 50 million euros but on account man. Unim the waiting after football. Unim the Tommy waiting after football.
Still I want to say the Arsenal crane you know bet my yabo.
Obi any problem. So if you want to stay at the highest level, we should know say obeto aketua so any dey normal. Into options ni emienu. Potential so mu baako. Say sika na opa obetimi anya sika. Say your born person born at the highest level a waketo no twi mutan obi abete so de ama no.
We then try on Arsenal. Ateta meeting no dey be see.
Deco, much respect. Ken, me monitor the Ekosu of Barcelona and their recruitment they are doing. Deco and make it 2 impromptu signings. Barcelona did not budget for it. Barcelona did not plan for it. Barcelona in their books. Na omunto goalkeeper. Na enka omu books. Barcelona, they were meant to go by the goalkeepers. Na ewo ho no. No more plan for goalkeeper. Next season. Now, last year, baby, they had Georgie Mamandashvili. And it's a Juan Garcia. No more stadium. Say, for why? And Mamandashvili sign him up for Edema, Liverpool, or Aka Juan Garcia and Barcelona for Sakwe. We are eyeing him for next season. Any Barcelona for budget him. Only for Andy Barra agents, or Manchester, any city for Kasai, or London, any Arsenal for Kasai. So Arsenal, since Barcelona, I can't know, bro. No goalkeeper, my eye was Spain one or. So they needed to make a quick decision. It was not in their plans. Their plan was for next season. In the budget, or man budgeted for goalkeeper, but they needed to pay 25 million cash down. Now, Barcelona power plan was that I was say omope backup for Lamine Yamal and Rafinha. Now, what check Barcelona for anyone? The natural winger Sankasa Ohono. We Lamine any Rafinha free wine. Ferran Torres, they don't see him as a natural winger. Daniomo Obofi wa onye natural winger. Natural wingers ni yemi. Inti plan ne se I was say ye players biba. Yen sign back when you promote back from our junior team. Akwada no more ni mujidie na ye Noah Davic half season and no mu se emfa akwada no wo junior team na omkofa ni free Germany buy no and ye nya Dani Rodriguez wa wo she Barcelona nkwada no one of the finest players Dani Rodriguez inti ye be we season coach no start say all man a chance Dani Rodriguez no obo left to sell Lamine Yamal and against Valladolid ni nsemu ko buye wa wo she sa game with Dani Rodriguez ni Inti Rodriguez no one himself so back. Yes, pre-season on to me start. And I just say, plan no asanso asai. Inti I was say Barcelona quickly. Pro being shame, but we don't have budget for it. Okay, then comes in Aquarana Barcelona for no. Ronnie Baji. Me pamucho say football to the beer. Ronnie Baji oji din crash and Lamine Yamal 2023 Champions League. Aquarano. Copenhagen versus Manchester. Copenhagen gave some ball group stages, Also, ball left to sell Lamine Yamal. This boy, no new ball brutal. Almost a man you teams City, Arsenal, Manchester, teams and Kessia falling in us open and Okonya ACL. In this Ronnie Bajini Diba from one. It was not because no ball. Very good player, but ACL and it slowed it down. Nyame aduma December the contract anyway. They proposed to Barcelona. This boy is just 2.5 million. Now 2.5 years sika. Into Dani Rodriguez position was over our position with just 2.5 million. Now the bigger position here, right, which is Nico Williams. And Barcelona for a trial finding solution. So already they could make it 2 signings here. Then in the book. And as I say, he's working on the Nico Williams deal. The Joao Cancelo deal, Christian said he needs to leave. Coach say game he would want to play Jusconde as a centre back. Then Van der Sar, first choice, but a buona Monaco for airborne. That is why Cancelo diya between by 15 the about 15. So Deco will find solution there. Down the Nico Williams conversation again, quite obvious to say. Sometimes diplomacy, Barcelona want to be gentlemen. But sometimes we are radical kakra here. The Bilbao for Chirano, Ken, Bilbao show clearly says, and ne, Sabuane Castle about the buying now. Her only buying which in baying negotiations at Sabuano so the ama buying, chains of beton the Amabasa. Bilbao stands no my and clearly they don't want to sell to Barcelona. But buying which in problem in United, this boy wants to go to Barca. Senya sa ka waton ama da because I say buy and bar negotiations here by Barcelona to escanako. You see, you look at the stance of Atletico Bilbao. It was Barcelona ya radical kakra. I don't know must start say When did you see say Barcelona manager, board of director, sporting director, be ye interview Akobo club for player ding e interview. What was me that? For the very first time, I'm not deku. Tina sampa boy ni nakasa boy ni show willingness so bebo. We are working on it. I was seeing it. Hey,
Dominic catch on so kwase sane name enra.
Oh, Barcelona de Katashi FM. Eto de bia eye. Hwe kitwe bi. Rodrigo Goes. Ken. Ade a metia na me yane se play bi enya de na ne bɔ ne money eba from one near the Kwashe Football Club. Rodrigo Goes, let's be fair. Season way, we lose so form. And yes, so be penance of Madrid. Brazil national team. Ontimi more than saying. I can give you several examples against Paraguay, Chile, Peru, and Colombia, and Argentina boy crowd. Well, also. Even at the national team, born on to me more. It is not as if someone or being penance now. Ada Gule at Nasi, not Yechiri. When this guy was playing, it is a form about form. If you want to be fair to this guy, tell him to back up. No sound somebody in position. Because Yaman only said the last bet 21 games, why should go back up? Form no form. Instead of we telling this guy the truth, and Madrid form penasem and Oko club for Madrid so nibo. It is as if Madrid are not giving this boy a chance. They are giving him several chances. Form and they form.
Kaidebi de ne hu pa.
Hey, and then Saloon called that Super Madrid number 9. No, big club body here. You're fine emotions in Koho. Okay. Form and they form. Tell truth this to this guy.
And you what we gonna know? Kaidebi but the bad idea. Biggie.
Good.
Not the fun kind of. Why? Sana Botti.
Mama Shasha from the Club World Cup. Raul Asensio. Ken Abraham has to be talked to. Seriously speaking.
Why they?
Red card no could be a number.
Now be question Madrid no quota and why they? Could that only moment question?
Number soon so.
There's so Jamon.
I know bit me a German.
Okay.
It was in the 7th minute. In the 7th minute, game named Drew Babia. Game named Drew Babiano. With his absence, Real Madrid winning game by 3-1. Meboa 3-1. Into clearly. Now, yes, side they beat me threatening to Real Madrid, saying, "Come our first goal in poor." At that stage of the game, and you were in the first game at Real Madrid boy, or could make a needless penalty in the 18-yard area, and avoidable. And a way to swasa baba betoso. Coach na kasa Zabi Alonso says our red card na Branty and Kokoye no. Neni senko yes attack no. But omone ne be kasa. The entia make kasa say sakwa ye careful ne say. Se coach take you over a new job. Ken obi a offer adwuma fufuro bi e pass ndwedi aye adwuma. Eti wo obetwi ntwan na kwam. Obama adwuma na ye den dia ma no. Wo obetwi ntwan na kwam. O mani ntimi nya adwuma no said the opeso wo ye ne be wi ase no. Just wo you si nche no ne to na adwuma so. Sabi Alonso expected so be a good start for Real Madrid. Now body asumdua breno and Club World Cup na man is our platform no. E dey that good start. It is over a problem the amana. Obe do away with you. Ebe wi ase no. There are going to be other players obe more opportunity more mabo. Already. Bernard in house and able for Real Madrid Bobo no. Should Rudiger be 100% fit? Now you two central defenders on best started the Real Madrid. You be overlooking player friend say Raul Asensio and two side the mistakes we can one and now the born Bobo no Real Madrid Bobo him. And there was so many akoda na kasa. No so san niema bebre about the play no. He's a good player. No doubt about it. But you can't continue like this. Time be with team ni be hia obiano. Wo unni won fama team no. Na mistakes na baba be ha team ni dia. Enya dia be boa. Ryan Sheki also had another good game, Ken. The start in the first game for Manchester City encore as expected. Until there was a lot of backlash and an backward and to say ye players among my baba be Manchester City abe Felito Kro Kevin De Bruyne ja to onum. Now you decide say ye be sika baba be fawa. This is not the kind of performance I may expect here through. But after that first game, he had another opportunity in the second game. Who you go no share any the tonche. The performance wasn't bad. Kin game no bemuno. Wambambe Bobebre. He spent around 17 minutes in the game or completing 90% of the passes. Out of 18 passes, no boy, he completed 90% of those passes. Or when he 4 dwells, on the body move, and now 2 ball recoveries, he completed 2 dribbles, and was also topping it up with a goal, 27 touches, and it was good for a player. I beboa, I'm not settle, no settle very well. Our Manchester City Bobo called him. He only has to continue like this with the performance of the Maya. I will game anymore. Okay, now Barcelona. So ko sra obi na ebreso se oko na bia nipa na hwe wani mu a wa wonko na nipa no yɛ kind enough no approach you catch you say oh obesra me mia na me ka se bra but se sia ba bia duru ne de mesre wo e bia nka fa wo ne ma ne kɔ because e bi krampo a na aduane sem ho ayɛ din wo fie e bi kra na sika sem nhyɛ da nkɔ yie enti mesre wo fa wo ne ma ne kɔ a ken respectfully nipa ne de ani di ama wo ɛsɛ sɛ wo se sa wo ne ma na wo kɔ asama make a player friend is Andres Christensen. Barcelona needed a centre back. And Omokofa Christensen and didn't free Chelsea and then the buy. A very good central defender. But a branch and about Barcelona and starts and they okay. But along the line, and Yamaba BB or Honum. For whatever reasons, there have been other players on Mababa doing him, say on the pecking order or form. And there's a Barca static gamer. Two central defenders are Barcelona Belusi, Aya Pau Kubasi, and Inigo Martinez. Season 9 you boy no. Players me no we actually mo bobre o Barcelona bobo kunim to the extent say coach na baba benya gidie wo mumu. One player was surprised you obia with the performance over the years has been called Pau Kubasi. Already age and then the performance. Oba expectation ko ya kwada on to be more na obono. But a lot of the times he's been a savior at the back for Barcelona. Barcelona highline omobo na say tekemu most of the time is that player or pace inti obe make sure say sa clearance no betimi akwakoye a young player the anticipation is so high obe drama wo na okita ball no almost of the time so obe hu ba bia the ball ne befa no watimi aye that block and say interception e dey ama Barca bo oboko no akoda na penny deuce and was 70 position e wo Barcelona Inigo Martinez nso so ba be that senior figure that experienced leader Barcelona be here Inigo Martinez yes adwuma no enso de ma Barcelona bo oboko no etienne Barca starting game no pe two central defenders are these are the two Barcelona be fall on oyo ni free one more Eric Garcia clearly coach na chese open no he is a player he gives you options there have been times at Barcelona able game na Barca be here so be slot in the right back position ubenya Eric Garcia or honum as a central defender obekwa akwa no aboa at the left back position obetimi akwa gina ho na waboa etu no so cement ne wo Barcelona bo konim say onya start ampo because of options no the ma wa chie ken coach ne pa brante no etu oyi two central defenders we fi wonum we a Jordan ne baba be she honum is Eric Garcia and then Araujo and so you available etu player your friend say Andres Christensen ken on the pecking order of Barcelona central defenders order be fit and clearly so what na Barcelona unya game ni bi more at the age of 29, minim dia wo pressure over fight over Barcelona. If they've been charitable enough, no man me too, no man what din komo. Say situation wo ni ye be person obe free bo konim. Na free space for other players no man so aba be wura mu a. E was a brand ani gitum. No make sure so obe free Barca bo konim. Oba so odo okra na da ase na ngambe so so no obiem. Oti wonom no, say coach ni hia wa, that is different. And obeka so fighting for position. But coach no wonom ni si o hia. So what kind of position are you going to fight for? And I was a player to move him. Man nya kwaduro player. No one decided just because Bosomi so ebe to an kenti or better na Barcelona bobo konim. Emfa so ma. Ken ketwa bi on Rodrigo. I feel say nani nyi a team my friend say Real Madrid mo. He has to make a move to Arsenal. Arsenal are ready said they are kwala na hwehwe bi omo de be ma no. They are going to make one of the highest earners and number 1. Number 2. There have been a lot of times that Rodrigo are complaining or Real Madrid bobo konim. Say the rightful position I had the left wing onyamo because of Vinicius Junior. Ken Arsenal bobo kono. Asha Branti and bossa oba. Sa position no de be mano. Arsenal best winger e Saka. He plays on the right wing. The other flank is Martinelli. But Martinelli performance has always been up and down. On your bad player. But that consistent grade A performance unyam free Martinelli. And between Martinelli any player friend say Rodrigo Goes. So Rodrigo Goes that's the player into the Arsenal team. That left wing position no obetimi arrive Abrante na waje the feeling say no na starter. It's these things that Arsenal are promising Abrante no. If you feel say na ninye e wo Madrid bobo ko ni mu a. Mpanifo 6 corridors so ayantena fa akonya nim guase. Abrante ne nko Arsenal no. Na the preferred position. Ade bi onu no feel so oba obeye the best. And after you bring the best from Onu Rodrigo, I had the left wing, no. Uncle Fano Monfamo Arsenal. They are building a project that possibly Omunya top-notch quality players is Rodrigo Kahwa. I bet Boas and Bobo Konekin.
Well,